like anything was possible. Hit cruise control and rub my eyes. Yeah, I'm running down a dream that never would come to me. Working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. I'm running down a dream.
Pace-on Prince with a huge three. Quick spin, beautiful move. What a block by Wallace! Wow. We will have a Game 6 back in Miami. Welcome to Game 6 in Miami, Florida. Will it be an historic night for the Heat? Or will the Pistons show their uncanny resiliency once again? Meanwhile, the story is Dwayne Wade and the flu. He had a message for the camera just moments ago. Looks pretty good there as we look at our starting lineups. Beginning with the visitors, they've done it before so many times. They'll need big play from the entire five, including that high-scoring backcourt. Meanwhile, for the Miami Heat, with Wade under the weather, he'll need some help from other players like Walker and Haslam and Jason Williams. And let's send it to Lisa Salters.
Well, Mike, this is the first time that Dwayne Wade has actually been on a basketball court since Wednesday's Game 5 loss. The Heat had the day off yesterday, and he skipped this morning's shoot-around because of those flu-like symptoms. We were told that he started feeling sick about midnight, went to the hospital, got IV treatments, and spent the afternoon at home resting. I asked him a few minutes ago how he's feeling. He said, I'm all right, but some Heat coaches are concerned. One coach I talked to said, if Dwayne Wade doesn't have any energy tonight, we could have some problems. Now with more on the Pistons, let's send it over to Jim Gray.
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. I just spoke to Flip Saunders. He's told his team before they came out, stay together. Let's fight. Let's have some unity. Fight the adversity on the court, not with the officials and not with each other. He told me that he feels that there's a calm, that there's a confidence that's returned and an edge. He also then pointed out the numbers. Since Rasheed Wallace came here, we're 8-0 in Game 6s, 6-0 on the road. And the Pistons tonight are wearing their lucky red uniforms. They're 9-0, Mike, on the season in their reds.
All right, Jim. It's all in the color. It's always all in the color.
I wish it were that easy.
But they certainly have a little bit of their swagger back. They played very well in Game 5, especially on the defensive end, which is what they'll need here tonight.
Well, we know that they're at their best when they force turnovers, get out in the open floor, score some points, and then when they run their offense to the third and fourth options, we see high percentage shooting.
Of course, this is where the series was last year, the 2005 Eastern Conference Finals, where the Heat led 3-2. Only Game 6 was in Detroit last year. Of course, a number of different players for Miami. Haslam was on the floor last year. This is his first, and Ben Wallace the rebound.
Now, once again, see, in the early going, the Detroit Pistons are fronting Shaq, and they're bringing Rasheed Wallace for the double team early. Haslam will have plenty of open looks.
Chauncey Billups, his open look misfires. O'Neal the rebound. It's clear that the Pistons want to see the other players like Jason Williams as he knocks it down. They want to see those other players make shots.
Well, in the 2 wins for the Pistons, players 3 through 8 for Miami have struggled. But in this building, in games 3 and 4, Miami won. They shot 55 and 58%. Can they do it again tonight?
And the Pistons have struggled on the road in the playoffs. O'Neal with the block. Wade,
got to get to him.
That's his first shot. Rasheed Wallace the rebound. Billups looking to push. And good transition defense from the Heat.
Well, I'm surprised because he really had Antoine Walker rocking back that he didn't explode and go to the rim.
Hamilton, the mismatch with Walker, gets inside. Nice move from Hamilton, who's been really struggling. Just 36% from the field in the series, way down from his regular season average.
Mike, every time that Billups and Hamilton have one of the big players up front on them, they must go to the hole. They must go strong.
Jason Williams, nice move. And Williams quickly with 4 points.
All throughout this series in the first quarter, Jason shooting a very high percentage, taking it to the rim, and scoring inside the paint.
Hamilton, their leading scorer all season, despite the poor shooting numbers in this series. Wade pokes it out of bounds.
Now, if you have not watched any of these previous games, anytime that there is a screen and roll on the winger at the top of the circle, Shaq has been showing by stepping up and not allowing that offensive player to get to the middle of the floor. He is really moving his feet throughout this series and doing an excellent job defensively.
His help defense has been strong that time. Wallace, though, got a good open look. This is the second Game 6 on the road for the Pistons in an elimination situation. It was against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the previous round, where they won Game 6 on the road. Rasheed Wallace had a huge game for them that night. And Haslam knocks down an open shot, and that is very big for the Heat.
Now, in Game 4, Haslam struggled. He was 5 for 14. Now, there was a reason why he got 14 points. You can see early Rasheed Wallace is involved in double teaming and in helping in rotations, so they're going to force Haslam to shoot a high percentage.
Phillips to Prince. Prince can't connect, and O'Neal the rebound. Pat Riley urging his team to push it up the floor. Williams, nice feed, but O'Neal couldn't handle it.
Well, you like that. You can see right there that they're fighting over the top of the screen, but what they're doing is they're laying back, and they're going to say, hey, we'll help on Shaq when he rolls to the basket, because you know Shaq will not step out and take an open jump shot.
Phillips looking. Prince for three. Tayshaun Prince knocks it down, coming off that 29-point game in Game 5, most ever he's had in the postseason. Flip Saunders said it was a superstar-type game.
See, they're sandwiching Shaq when he's low with Ben Wallace and Rasheed.
Wade, that put it in. Offensive interference.
Good call. Solid call. Mike Callahan and Steve Jarry both had that.
Sometimes that's the danger of the alley-oop. Wade,
right.
With a perfect spot, you cannot touch the ball above the cylinder, or if it's above the cylinder, touch any part of the rim, and that's what happened. We saw that earlier in the playoffs where on an inbound, the guy inbounding the pass from the sideline put it in. Some pretty good passes. Wade guarding Hamilton again. He's got double duty. Another open look. They're way off.
Oh, 3-on-1.
Walker. Good hard foul from Phillips. He goes crashing into the basket stanchion, but he's okay.
Now, I give him a lot of credit. He took that one in the chest. He tried to get there. And naturally, you're not going to give Walker, and especially anyone on the break, you're not going to give him an open shot tonight. Now, right there, you just get in there, force Walker to go to the foul line, mainly because Walker is struggling on the line. With Miami, you have not only Shaq struggling on the foul line, but you also have Walker, guys that are shooting less than 70%, and then you throw in Haslam. So you're better off not allowing these guys to get a layup.
Antoine Walker, maybe the biggest game he's ever played in. He did play in the conference finals for the Boston Celtics. His first 7 years he played with the Celtics. He was their man, their high scorer. Then he had a year in Dallas before coming to Miami this year. And you can see the maturity of his game. He's realized that being a 20-point scorer doesn't mean you're a winner. Being part of a team like this and having your role is more important.
Well, Mike, they only have 3 guys in double figures, Wade and Shaq, as well as Antoine Walker. So he's getting the minutes. He's playing well. And with Posey and Antoine Walker at that position, they've been getting, outstanding production in their wins in the series.
Jason Williams, his first foul.
It's the first time. See, once again, Chauncey's got to read that. When that's there, when that lane is there, he's got to take it. Now, you can see they've been doing a halfway decent job. They've run that play 3 straight times, and twice it was questionable. But when the opening is there, go.
And you see the numbers as the support players picking up the slack for the Heat. Jason Williams has been very hot early. Williams 3 for 3 for the field.
Well, you can see he's playing with a lot of confidence, but in every single game, he gets off to a good start.
You coached him in Memphis. He can become very streaky if he gets hot.
That's right. And, he'll play with the confidence factor, and range is not a problem because he'll shoot the 3 in the drop of a hat.
Now Billups inside. Ben Wallace fouled by Walker. Chauncey Billups looked like he had a shot, but he passed it up. Wallace will go to the line.
Now, you look at it and you can say Chauncey Billups right now is trying to get everyone else involved. See, right there, he could have challenged Shaq. Now, if you drop the ball off to Ben Wallace, now Ben Wallace must finish with a strong 2-handed dunk. No one-handed dunks tonight. 2. Why? Because they're going to foul you and put you on the line.
See the numbers for Wallace, just having a nightmare at the line. Go. But you feel good for him when he knocks one down. Now, the Heat have a rule the starters, if Wallace gets the ball down low and the starters don't have any fouls, you have to wrap him up. Do not let him get a shot off. And how about that?
That's a good sign right there. He came in shooting 25%, but you know that, hey, the coaching staff has a lot of confidence in him, and fellas like that shoot poorly in the big game, sometime they can get it all together and really come in with a nice average.
And with Ben Wallace, the Flip Saunders knows this. If you get him involved in the offense early, not necessarily scoring, but give him his touches, throw him a pass down low once in a while, it energizes his whole game and then the team.
Well, that's every big man. Every big man wants to be appreciated.
Haslam knocks it down. Big men are so sensitive, Yubi.
Well, that's because they're asked to do all the dirty work. Come on. You being a perimeter player, you wouldn't know about that. When you got big guys, they're supposed to rebound, block shots, get on the offensive board, handle the lane, have all that physical contact, and then you perimeter guys take all the shots.
Wallace kicks it out to Prince. Prince backs up with 7 on the shot clock. Good defense from Walker, and O'Neal the rebound.
Look out long. I like the energy of Miami early. They're getting out on the break. And they'll test the Pistons. You got to get back in your transition defense.
Wade, alley-oop.
Nice.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Excellent recognition. He saw that in a split second.
And Wade does so many things besides scoring for this team, including guarding down the other end. And a whistle. And a defensive 3 seconds. Technical foul, 1 shot.
Now just keep an eye to the right of your screen. See, the defense came out. Rasheed Wallace came out to try to put pressure on Wade. He's looking for Shaq because you leave Shaq, he's going right to the rim.
Billups, a rare miss from the free throw line. Think about Shaq, even for his size, his hands are good. You just throw it up there, he makes a play.
Yeah, but the recognition factor is there. He has confidence that you will throw him the ball, but he's moving. As soon as you leave him in this series, he's moving right to the front of the rim. Nice cut.
Back door. And Wade with the hard foul. Hamilton will go to the line. That's the first on Dwayne Wade.
That was beautiful eye contact. They catch Wade turning his head. As Wade, when he gets to see that he turns his head right there, and naturally, all 2 guys, all good scorers, small forwards and 2 guards, they use their hands because the referees can't see everything. Now, that time you saw Hamilton use his hands on Wade as Wade turned his head.
You see the shooting numbers well below what Hamilton normally does. And he's had some good looks, just shots haven't been falling for him.
Well, he's getting 18 shots a game, Mike, so it isn't like the shots aren't there. But what you like to see him do is you like to see them solve the curling. Anytime they're screening for Rip on either side of the lane where he's running the curl, the defender is helping out. So they have 2 guys on him on the curl. So it'd be interesting to see how they play that tonight. Will Wade have that stamina to keep chasing?
Pistons already missed a couple of free throws. That was the big story, game 5. Alley-oop to O'Neal. And they let that go.
Yeah.
Flip Saunders wanted a foul. No way. As O'Neal hit him soon as he came down. You got to give the player room.
That's right. See, Flip Saunders right now is giving Eddie Rush an earful. But you have to allow the player to come down on the floor. But Flip is saying that he led with the forearm.
Chance of defense, which has not been a big staple here in Miami, but they are a much improved defensive team. Air ball knocked out of bounds. And the Heat will take over, and we'll have our first timeout. A standing ovation here in Miami. Shaquille O'Neal with a good start, but he's not alone. The Heat, 7 of 9 from the field, 78%, and already with a 4-point lead. The hot shooting Heat now to a 4-point lead here in the first quarter. Time for our Gatorade Cooler Talk. And it centers around the supporting cast of the Miami Heat. In Game 5, they had their troubles, didn't shoot the ball well.
Now
14
you can
to
see,
42.
Right, 14 for 42 is 33%, and we know that they struggled. Now tonight they get off to a great start. Jason Williams on his way to a quick 3 for 3 from the field. And then also we know that they're pushing the ball, getting the ball up in there. Antoine Walker gets fouled, and now Haslam is 2 for 3, and he struggled the other evening. So if they are going to do a good job in denying shot attempts by Shaq and Wade, then players 3 through 8 must step up, and you can see it right here. Not a lot happening for Wade and O'Neal, but the rest of the guys are putting on the numbers.
Wade looking to pass early. He's got a couple of assists. Alley-oop again. Third assist for Wade and third field goal for O'Neal.
Now, that was by design. They knew that Ben Wallace would try to help out on the post guy, which he did. And when he stopped to help, that's when Shaq continued right to the front of the rim.
Pretty good set play out of a timeout. I would say it worked. Wallace with a hand in his face, and Haslam the rebound.
Big thing for the Pistons, just keep it cool and just answer this, early shot.
They're going to wave it off for travel.
See, right now, that's all right. You're in pretty good shape. Scores 18-12. That's not bad. They're shooting a high percentage. The subordinate type of people. Big thing right now is that Tayshaun Prince is off to a bad start. But in this series, in the building, in games 3 and 4, he only averaged 9 points and shot 30%. So they need him tonight to supplement the other 3 guys.
Ben Wallace turn around and Walker the rebound. That's not the shot they want Ben Wallace to take. Jason Williams forcing the action. He's 4 for 4.
You can't let him do that. You cannot let guys who are strong right-handed dribblers to go to their right. You're better off forcing them to their left because they'll try to finish with their right hand. But now Jason is looking really good inside of that 8 to 10 foot area.
I see Wallace for 3. Can't get it to fall. O'Neal the rebound.
Look out long.
Too far. And the only thing that has made this closer than it is right now is the 4 turnovers for Miami.
That's right. Main thing right now for the Pistons, they've got to understand that Shaq has thrown the ball twice long to Antoine Walker. Why is that happening? When the shot goes up, Antoine Walker is taking off, and they're catching Prince going to the offensive board.
Rip Hamilton, short. O'Neal's presence. Ball tipped. Still alive. Hamilton tries it again.
There's an old saying in basketball, Mike. You can send 4 guys to the offensive board, but you better get that rebound. Let me tell you.
Ball deflected. Pistons stayed with it. You see the Heat with the hot shooting early. O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is 4 for 4.
See, that was beautiful. Mainly because on the catch, Shaq didn't have his balance. And what did he do? He knew where the defense was. He bounced it once, gathered, and got up high on the jump hook.
They're 10 for 12 from the field. And again, they've shot a high percentage in this building against the Pistons in games 3 and 4. Phillips wheeling and dealing.
He can get that all night long. They know that anytime they need a basket, Chauncey Billups can take a one-on-one from the side or post up Jason Williams. He'll get a high percentage shot.
Walker for 3. Antoine Walker. 9-point lead.
In a game like this game is so big. You have to know the strengths of the guy that you're playing. If a guy's a three-point shooter, you must close him out and chase him off that three-point shooting and make him dribble a ball.
Now, Walker just hit that 3, but they've been getting great shots down low, Yubi.
Now, keep an eye on that right up. You saw it. You caught right in the middle of your picture. Ben Wallace gets caught trying to help. Now, here goes Wade on a little spin move down inside, but then... Now, once again, Jason Williams, that's his 3rd time going to his right hand to the right side of the rim. Now, there is Antoine Walker. When he makes that catch, chase him off the 3 and get him inside the line.
SportsCenter 30-30. Ricky Williams makes his CFL debut in a preseason game tonight for the Toronto Argonauts. Williams will play in the CFL after being suspended for 1 year for violating the NFL's substance abuse program. ESPN has learned Duke University will reinstate the men's lacrosse team next week. The lacrosse team was suspended in March after a woman claimed she was raped by 3 team members. The Sacramento Kings have hired Eric Musselman as their new head coach. An official announcement is expected Saturday. Musselman was coach of the Golden State Warriors from 2002 to 2004. SportsCenter after the game and updates on mobile ESPN.
Game 6 tonight in Miami. Meanwhile, Game 6 tomorrow night in Phoenix, the Western Conference Finals. Dallas now up 3-2. Dirk Nowitzki, 50 points last night. What a show he put on.
He sure did.
Meanwhile, on Sunday on ABC, if there's a Game 7 in this series, we'll have it for you on ABC, starting at 8 Eastern. Tomorrow on TNT. And then the NBA Finals on ABC starts next Thursday. Our coverage will begin at 8:30 Eastern. So much made about the result of Game 5, how it now put the pressure on the Miami Heat. First time they felt pressure in this series. Doesn't look like it early as Hamilton gets inside. Ball tipped away. Rip Hamilton wanted a foul. Wade can't get it to go. And Billups comes away.
So you have to go here now if you have a free man.
Prince on the drive. Oh, pretty play from Prince.
He finishes so well. And he's off the lane, which is, interesting because he can make that baby hook shot outside of the painted area.
He's become one of their go-to guys in big spots. He's done it over and over again in this postseason. Shot clock down to 5. Single coverage. But Dicey just chucked in the rebound. Prince.
Plenty of time here.
Billups, and there's your foul on Jason Williams. That'll be his second. Team not the penalty yet. It's the 4th. And you see the shooting.
Well, you look at that and you just see that when this goes up, they're shooting 85%. And if you are a Detroit Piston fan, you're shooting like 38, 39, and you're still right here in the game. The main thing is just take your time, answer, and take advantage of the easy ones. Right now, Prince, Wallace, and Ben Wallace, Rasheed and Ben, right now they are 3 for 11. So what you need is your front court guys to give you some production here.
Subs come in, Lindsey Hunter for Detroit, Gary Payton for Miami. Wade with the strip, and then a reach-in foul. Almost had it the first time, but he picks up his second foul.
They're doing a terrific job, Mike. The defender who is playing the man setting the screen is stepping out high. Watch. What happens now is they're coming up in the area. They know that they have the support. So they're jamming the dribbler initially, not allowing him to get into the paint. And then if you do come off of the screen, they're stepping up high, and they're not allowing you to get around to get to that alley to the basket. They give Miami a lot of credit early here tonight. They're doing an excellent job.
So 2 fouls on Wade. Shandon Anderson will check in, and we'll go with Lisa Salters.
Mike, Dwayne Wade getting his first break of the ball game. Obviously, the staff of the Heat going to be keeping a close eye on him. Just before the opening tip, Pat Riley said, honestly, Dwayne, how are you feeling? And he said, I'm okay. And he said, I need to know. If you're not feeling well, we need to get you out of the game, and you got to let me know. Mike?
Sometimes the worst guys to ask is the player, especially the ones that wants to be out there. Wade is such a competitive young man. Shot clock at 8. Gary Payton. Offensive foul. Not a lot of contact, but Hunter did a good job selling it.
Yeah, Steve Jabby right on top of that call, Mike. And we had a perfect angle. Lindsey Hunter doubled down on the posted area and then got back and was able to get in front of Gary Payton.
See the turnover numbers. And Wade scoreless in 2 fouls, yet it's still Miami with a 5-point lead.
Well, it's the big Achilles heel for Miami. They're winning all the statistics but the turnovers. Too many. They're averaging 17.
Wallace misses. Rebound fought for. Posey has it. So Alonzo Mourning stumbled as he's checked in. Walker. And he's fouled by Lindsey Hunter. They're not the penalty yet. And let's send it over to Jim Gray.
Mike Flip Saunders during that last time out was very animated. He said, guys, you're not being aggressive at all. You've got to challenge them. This is a big time game. We're fighting for our season. He said, you've got to chase them out there on their threes. You can't let them stand out there. They're taking it to us. It's time for you guys to respond, stand up to this challenge. Mike?
Well, they've been in these elimination games so many times before. As Walker on the drive, flips it up, and Ben Wallace the rebound. Hamilton's played in 13 elimination games. Billups 15, Lindsey Hunter 21, Rasheed Wallace 23. Fight for the rebound, and that will end the first quarter. Hot shooting to say the least for the Miami Heat. 69% from the field after 1. They're up by 5.
You get the other line now, trying to call your bluff. You just won't be satisfied too much ain't enough, ain't enough. It ain't enough.
Miami Heat care about their community. The Black Coaches Association honored Alonzo Mourning recently with the Images of Excellence Award for his work with at-risk youth. Alonzo Mourning Charities has raised more than $45 million. That's $45 million for various organizations committed to helping the youngsters in South Florida. NBA Cares continuing a tradition of basketball and service to the community. He is an amazingly charitable man. And now getting his work here for the Miami Heat as they lead by 5 to start the second. You know, Mourning just read an article on him the other day about his intensity and how he has this sense of urgency to win his NBA title. He has a sense of urgency when he's in a layup line in a preseason game in October.
That's right.
He plays as hard every night as anyone in the NBA. Hamilton. Wallace left open, not looking at all to shoot. McDyess in and out. Then Wallace keeps it alive, but good hustle from Shandon Anderson. And Posey with the save as he goes crashing into the first row. 5-point lead for the Miami Heat. And again, you see Wade, 2 quick fouls, hasn't scored yet. Mourning on the drive. Good defense from McDyess.
Now, Lindsey Hunter throughout this series has pushed the ball and pushed it well.
Hunter's been a sparkle off the bench. Very big for Detroit in Game 5. Prince. Shot clock winding down. And let's see the whistle. A defensive 3 seconds called against Miami, so a technical foul.
Now that they really picked up a break there, mainly because Tayshaun Prince had absolutely nothing against Antoine Walker, who played him well. He even had the fumble, so the clock was going to put up a bad percentage shot.
So Hamilton will shoot the one-shot technical. And the score was the same score at the end of the first quarter. In the first quarter, it's amazing, Rudy, how you get off to a good start in the NBA playoffs. Look at the winning percentage, and look as it's gone up. In the conference finals, and now in this series, it's so difficult. The teams are so good that if you fall behind, it's tough to catch up.
Tonight, I think you have to throw all the percentages out the window, Mike. All right? I just feel that, the Pistons just take care of business here and then just take good high percentage shots within their offense. Right now, the front line needs to make a bigger contribution.
Elimination games have a tendency to throw out the regular stats.
That's exactly right.
7 on the shot clock as the Pistons will inbound. Hunter, it's inside, falls down, late whistle, trip, it was there. Those are the type of calls. Sometimes if the player gets through, it doesn't affect it, the officials let it go, but he was tripped up.
Right now, Lindsey Hunters comes out of this smarting. You're going to see it right there. There's the trip. Gary Payton put his leg out. No doubt about it. Very obvious. Easy call.
That's the second foul on Payton. Wade back in.
Now in Game 5 with the Pistons, this group, too many fouls, and what happened, the Pistons were in the penalty early, so they just do not want to get off to that way again this evening.
Hunter for 3. Posey the rebound. Posey's had some good moments in this series, both defensively on Prince and with some three-point shooting. Walker, a little out of control. Wade. And he's fouled on his way to the basket. You see Wade grimacing a bit after that play.
Antoine Walker throughout this series has been able to make penetration off the dribble and make things happen. In the early going tonight, the defense of the Pistons doing a terrific job on the dribbler.
And you see Wade getting some time. If you're just tuning in and have not heard, Dwayne Wade is suffering from the flu. Pretty severe case from what we're told. He was in the hospital this morning with IV. Had a lot of problems keeping his food down last night. And he's obviously under the weather. As they turn it over, go back the other way. And you can see it's had some effect on him.
Now I want to tell you right there, that was a costly mistake. The Pistons just had a 3-on-1. And once again, McDyess picked up his dribble instead of taking it one more bounce and allow Lindsey Hunter to get out ahead of the defender.
Those wasted opportunities on the road drive coaches crazy. Walker on the drive. Flips it up. Won't go. Mourning comes down. Blocked, but a foul. Well, Evans got a piece of it. It also hit him. And Alonzo Mourning will shoot two.
Well, Shaq and Mourning have been doing an excellent job getting on the offensive glass whenever there is a drive to the basket and a miss. Now just keep it here. Now, you got to give the Pistons a lot of credit. They're keeping Antoine Walker from finishing. And then, once again, whoever's responsible for Zoe, you've got to get the body on him.
So Mourning to shoot two. Mourning, who's in his 13th year, still admits, especially before playoff games, but before every game, he has butterflies. He gets nervous. And perhaps a little more nervous. He's always wanted, obviously, to make it to the NBA Finals. He's had a couple of opportunities. Twice his Miami teams have not made it, back in '97. And also, of course, last year. Played in so many big playoff games for the Heat and a lot of heartbreaking games. It's a 5-point game right now, early second. Phillips can't get it to fall. And again, the Pistons struggling shooting the ball, 30%. Haslam. Posey for three. Ball tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Phillips.
Hey, once again, Alonzo Mourning right in the mix. He has a real knack for the ball, and he'll always give up his body.
And he'll go to the bench. You know he's not happy. He wants to play more minutes. He's effective when he's out there, but he's accepted his role.
Well, in the playoffs here, he's averaging only 11 minutes, but he's giving him 3 points and 4 rebounds.
And Wade with his first field goal. That puts the Heat up by 7.
That's the one area, Mike, where he's really improved his game, and that is at the angle to the basket where he banks in his shot. Right now, he's almost good every time it releases from his hand.
Hunter and McDyess working. O'Neal has to come out. Posey another rebound. Posey 3 boards. Check that, 4 boards off the bench already. Now it's McDyess on Shaquille O'Neal. Tough shot. Ball kept alive. But here come the Pistons. Pass by Phillips. Right idea, but threw it behind him. And a turnover. It's only their second turnover. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade finally getting on the board. He does have 3 assists. Suffering from the flu, but knocks down this beautiful shot. And the Heat have a 7-point lead. Early second quarter of Game 6, Miami Heat with a 7-point lead. As we take a look at our Coors Light freeze can for the first time tonight.
Well, Dwayne Wade is not involved in the offense. He only has 3 offensive shots. Now, right here, you're going to see that he creates for other people. When the defense adjusts and come to him, watch the lob right to Shaq to the right of the rim. Even though he's not scoring, he's there right once again. Shaq goes on a roll. His man tries to help on the post. Wade has good vision, puts the ball right on the money. Right now, you can see points. He's not forcing the issue. He's playing within the half-court set. At the other end, Shaq is off to a very solid start.
You know, Yubi, that's the beauty of the young players like Dwayne Wade. We see it with LeBron James. They have great scoring ability, but that's not what they're about. It's about getting their teammates involved. They're so unselfish. It's just about making winning plays.
Well, during the season, you know, you always look at the 7 rebounds and the 6 assists, the 7 assists a game, and then he also is doing the same thing throughout the playoffs.
Evans, a good defender, giving Wade a different look. Nice move. Rebound tipped and taken. Here come the Pistons.
Well, you like what they're doing defensively because they're moving their feet and they're cutting off the lane so that Wade cannot get to the basket.
You see the Pistons struggling right now in this much improved Miami Heat defense. It's been a year-long struggle for Pat Riley, but they're doing it at the right time of year. Nice feed, and Ben Wallace to finish.
That's how it must be. Anytime that you're going, that's their first field goal now in close to 6 minutes. They went for 6 straight misses before that field goal basket. Anytime that Ben catches it, catch it, and go down strong with 2 hands.
Now they're double-teaming O'Neal. They get it into him, though. Nice pass from Udonis Haslem.
There's nothing to do about that. If you're going to front check or get caught on a strong side, by that we mean on the ball side, once that pass goes to the middle of the floor, it's over because Shaq has you pinned on his back.
Pat Riley was telling his team, you need to bring your very best game to close a team like the Pistons out. So far, O'Neal has done that. Hamilton. 3 for 7 is Rip Hamilton. Haslem.
Good hand.
O'Neal wants the ball. Shot clock down to 6. Posey, wide open 3. And Ben Wallace with his 4th board.
Yeah, Hamilton's open in the corner. There he is.
Quick jumper for Hamilton. And just his inconsistent shooting continues.
Yeah, but the object here, though, with Rip Hamilton, he's a scorer. He gets you 18 shots a game. You know he's going to score 20. The big thing is, though, is to keep shooting because he's open.
Shot clock down to 6.
Now, you can't fall asleep with the ball now, especially on the baseline.
Hamilton, nice feed inside again, and Wallace puts it in. Fancy move for Big Ben.
Well, he's moving now. He's moved twice without the ball and created the pass. Remember, it's always the guy moving without the ball that creates the passing lane.
6 points for Ben Wallace. And a 5-point Miami lead just past the midway point of the second. Wade gets inside, draws another foul. Won't go, but he'll go to the free throw line. And we'll take a break as we get under the 6-minute mark in the second quarter. Pistons trying to stave off elimination once again. Getting some nice play from Ben Wallace. Chauncey Billups and the Pistons have done it over and over again. They'll try and force a Game 7 coming up Sunday. Miami Heat trying to make their first ever NBA Finals appearance. A victory tonight would put them there. Right now they lead by 5, just past the midway point of the second. The Heat came into the NBA back in 1988. Their first year, they only won 15 games. Their first #1 draft pick, Ronnie Cycli out of Syracuse, the 9th overall pick. Kevin Edwards led them in scoring that first year, just under 14 a game. The first playoff run, extended one, 97. They beat the Knicks in 7, but then lost to the Bulls in 5 games in the East Finals. Had that heated playoff rivalry with the Knicks. 4 straight years, the series went to the maximum, but they lost 3 of them, some in heartbreaking fashion. And of course, last year as well, losing. And now with a chance to make franchise history, a new era. Cycli has been here in a lot of games, still cheering on the Heat. He's got Heat blood flowing through him, Yubi.
Oh, he looks terrific. He's in excellent shape.
As is Shaquille O'Neal, and you talk so much about the way he's been playing. The key for him, he's just healthy right now.
Yeah, and I like that, and his attitude is great. By dropping the pounds down to 320 to 325, he's very quick. He has a lot of energy, and the fact that once he catches the basketball, he's nimble now. He can go play, he can take you in the paint, he can run a drop step, give you a power move, he can spin with a real quick catch, and then he's looking to score, and then if you cut, he'll put the ball right in your hand.
And one of the beauty of his game right now is the way he has deferred to Dwayne Wade. He knows he's not the same player. A lot of stars have trouble doing that. Good defense here from the Heat.
That's the first time that we've seen full court pressure, and it came after a foul shot. Now, they've done it off and on throughout this series.
Phillips, draw the foul, in and out. Almost a chance for the three-point play. Instead, he'll shoot 2. As that's the 3rd foul on Jason Williams, and we go to Lisa.
Mike Hubie just noted the first time we're seeing full court pressure from the Heat. Pat Riley just told his team during that last huddle, he said, we've got to separate ourselves a little bit from this team. That means we've got to raise our defensive intensity, and absolutely no seconds. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Billups missed the free throw earlier.
Well, Mike, I think the stunning thing is the long periods here in the first half of no points by the Pistons. Now, we know that Ben Wallace has 2 field goals in this quarter. Now, we played 6.5 minutes, and that was the first point by any other player.
Billups knocks down 2. Williams had the hot start, and he's playing with 3 fouls. Posey, good swarming defense from Detroit. Wade on the drive, reverse. O'Neal.
Everyone stopped. Everyone stopped like they thought that there would be a foul call. First of all, I don't know how he got that ball back out and up over the rim in the first place, but then a smart follow-up.
Phillips, tough shot. And Posey the rebound. James Posey off the bench. Hasn't scored, but he has 5 rebounds and solid defense. O'Neal.
There it is.
Gets the roll. He's got 14.
He has such a soft touch. He's going up, and he's looking for his shots early, and the ball is just hugging the rim and the backboard, so he's getting the bounce.
And he's got that bounce to his step. Tayshaun Prince back in. Phillips on the drive. That shot altered, and rebound Haslam. Here comes Jason Williams on the pull-up. And Williams continues his hot shooting. 5 for 5 from the field. And this is the largest lead of the game.
Good timeout right now. You must stop this, mainly because at your end of the floor, you're getting good shots. You're getting wide open plays. Now just keep an eye on this, how he gets this ball out and up over the rim. And then Shaq following. I'll tell you, he and Mourning have been a bear on the offensive glass in the series. Now just keep an eye on this. Now just watch. Most guys, this ball would have gone off to the right of the rim. Somehow, the magical spin on the ball brought it right back into the hoop.
You're watching the NBA Eastern Conference Finals on ESPN.
Heat tickets tough to get, and the celebrities on hand, including Tom Izzo. A lot of football players with Moss and Sapp, Nick Saban, the Dolphins, Gloria Estefan, Edgerrin James now with Arizona. Janet Jackson, I didn't know she was an NBA fan, Yubi.
That's right. This is the second game out of 3 in this building.
Oh, you noticed.
That's correct.
11-point lead for the Miami Heat.
Flip Saunders had to be talking to himself and his staff over there. Ben Wallace is 2 for 2 in this quarter. The rest of the guys are 0 for 8. Like we said, they've got to start putting up some numbers.
Wade to Payton.
Beautiful.
Wade's defense, he's averaging, we talked so much about all the other aspects of his game, he's averaging 2 steals a game in the playoffs.
Well, they're making it happen here tonight. Right now, they're 10-2 in fast break points. They're winning the battle of the paint as well as second chance. So all of the hustle areas, they're dominating early.
Hamilton, lots of contact, a blocking foul call. Steve Javie says you're in the restricted area. So Hamilton will go to the line.
Now you're in a situation like this, once that team is in a half-court offense, no one can get to the rim. That's got to be, all 5 guys have got to say, we are not giving up any layups. We're going to challenge every single attempt, every drive, and no gimmies on a layup.
So Hamilton to the line for 2. Gear up for the playoffs with caps from the NBAstore.com. A wide selection of styles for all teams available. Shop now at the NBA Store and at NBAstore.com. Hamilton knocks down the other. I don't know if you knew that had it at the NBA Store. You never know these days. 3.5 to play here in the second. Bad pass from Wade.
Oh, got to get it up.
And throws it ahead. Chauncey Billups blocked for the goaltend.
That's all right. Good Wade, good transition. Way to run him down. Most important, that for the Pistons, that was their 4th point on the break. This is what must happen. When you're having a bad game, you got to get some steals or misses, get out on the fast break, and then try to get the layups and then get to the foul line in your half-court offense.
We'll see Wallace all over Payton. Payton, wild shot. A loose ball foul is going to go against Shaquille O'Neal. That's going to be his second. O'Neal quickly asked for Steve Javie. I believe he agreed with the call.
Now keep an eye on Shaq. You're going to see there's a push-off right there. It was a little bit of an acting, but you could see the elbow and the arm go out into Ben Wallace.
Acting has become a very important part of the NBA. Some of the players so
right
good at
you
it.
are.
Hamilton on the drive again, and another blocking foul this time on Posey. Crowd doesn't like it. That was clearly a foul as Hamilton is shaken up.
Well, Hamilton is going strong. There's no doubt about it. You can see he was sandwiched, and he was sandwiched hard. But I like his attitude. He saw daylight, and then as soon as he squeezed his way through, keep an eye as he comes around here now. He catches the daylight, and once he gets in here, you can see he was undercut right there. And unfortunately for him, with the hit, and then also hitting the floor, comes up with the injury.
So Hamilton will shoot. The fans chanting, "Ref, we don't agree with your calls." There's Hamilton.
Well, that's a surprise, right? Right now, he makes these two, you're only down 7. In spite of the fact that you're struggling from the floor, you're not having a good tempo or rhythm to your half-court offense, and then when you do get open shots, unfortunately, the ball is not going in the basket.
Well, they're helping keeping the Pistons in it. Excellent free throw shooting.
That's
They're
right.
12 of 14 now. You can see Wade again playing with the flu. He's not the same, but he's doing some good things setting up his teammates.
Right now, they're in a 3-2 zone.
Excellent ball movement.
Yeah, see, all Shaq has to do against the 3-2 zone is go to the defensive circle in the painted area, and they play behind him. So all he's doing is he's making the back of the zone playing one-on-one.
He's 8 for 10 from the field.
I would say he's off to a nice start.
Rasheed Wallace hits a 3. Big bucket for Wallace. That's his second field goal.
Well, they've been waiting. They've been waiting for him to step up. Right now, they're in the zone again. 3-2 zone.
O'Neal back out. Walker wide open 3. Not close. But Haslam the offensive rebound. Wade spots up. And prints the rebound.
Now, when you play zone, you get good alleys to get out on the break. So if you get the rebound, look to get the ball up the floor.
Wallace and Haslam going at it pretty good down low.
Haslam fronting him, and give him a lot of credit. He definitely negated the pass.
Phillips inside. Here comes Payton trying to get to the NBA Finals once again. Did it with the Lakers, did it with the Sonics.
Now, you don't want to get a foul here.
Hamilton all over him, backdoor to Wade, inside O'Neal, and a foul. Good aggressive defense from the Pistons. The fans here thought it was too aggressive. Either way, it ends up with 2 free throws for Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, Rip Hamilton gets right up into Payton's face. All right, now here's a great catch right there. He saves that and then picks up Shaq. Now, if you notice, Rasheed Wallace had to step out and defend Wade in the lane. That opens up Shaq.
So O'Neal will go to the line for the first time. Posey back in. Foul is on Rasheed Wallace. That's his first. And Wade will sit. Wade has played 20 minutes. Shaquille O'Neal would love to beat the Pistons. He's been eliminated by them the last 2 years. Reminder that they're at a halftime show coming up. We'll go back to the studio. John Saunders, Greg Anthony, Stephen A. Smith, and Tim Legler. We'll look at the first half. Look, take a visit with Dallas's Jason Terry. All coming up at halftime. 7-point lead for the Heat. Timeout. 1:20 remaining, second quarter, game 6 of these Eastern Conference Finals. Miami Heat trying to do something this franchise has never done. Advance to the championship round. A victory tonight would do that. Meanwhile, the Pistons trying to do something they seem to do every series. Bounce back after trailing. They're down 3-2, hoping to force a game 7, which would be Sunday, back at the Palace. And as you said, you'll be, despite a lot of things going Miami's way, the Pistons only down by 7.
No, they're right there. And, you know, if they just take an extra dribble on the dribbles going to the basket, on drives, they would get closer to the rim, and the shot would become a higher percentage shot.
You said O'Neal in 2004 with the Lakers lost to the Pistons in the finals. And then last year with the Miami Heat lost to the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right now, Miami's in a zone. They're in a 2-3 zone. That was interesting. As soon as Hunter came in the game, Posey came right up to the top.
Hunter fakes the three. Shot clock at 2. Gets it back. Hamilton wide open. Can't get it to go. And Posey the rebound.
Well, if you have ball movement and you have movement, you know the last resort, anytime you swing the ball, the opposite corner is usually, most of it, it's open.
Posey, 6 rebounds off the bench.
He's been rebounding, quite a bit, over 5 a game throughout the playoffs.
Haslam, tough shot. O'Neal with the soft touch again. Shaquille O'Neal having a huge first half. He's got 19.
Yeah, Rasheed Wallace is complaining that Shaq used his hand to get up over the top of him. Now here's the zone again. See, it's a 1-1-3. Whichever side the ball is passed, that's the side that Posey will play.
So different looks in the zone defense. It's been effective. Hunter, though, left open. And O'Neal the rebound.
So they'll give you all those you want. They'll give you the outside jumpers until you make them. Just take away the inside penetration.
Shot clock turned off. And a foul called on Lindsey Hunter. Pistons in the penalty. So Payton will shoot 2 with 5.3 remaining.
Now keep an eye to the left of your screen as this shot goes up right there. See, Rasheed Wallace is saying that Shaq used his arm in his back, in the forearm, in the back to go up strong to get himself some leverage.
Payton, this is his 146th career playoff game. He's coming off the very first time in his postseason career where he was scoreless. Did not play well in Game 5, but he's been strong off the bench. And at both ends so far here in Game 6.
I think Gary Payton, the most impressive stat. He's been in the league 16 years. He's only missed 7 games with an injury. 10 years he did not miss a game. Now that is a staggering stat.
Very durable as we wind down the half. Hamilton flips a wild shot up. Lots of contact. He's saying, where's the foul? Hamilton got knocked down, and that will end a very impressive half for the Miami Heat. Let's send it over to Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. I'm with Jason Williams. Jason, you're 5 for 5 with 10 points in that half. When you found out that Dwayne Wade had the flu and might not be 100%, how did that change your mindset in this half?
Oh, that changed my mindset at all. I just want to come out and be aggressive every game, and just come out and play and do what I can to help my team.
Now, it doesn't seem like Dwayne is at his usual, not as aggressive as he usually is. How does he seem out there to you?
Oh, he seems fine. He's just taking what defense gives him and kicking the ball when he's double teamed. We still got 24 minutes. We'll see what happens.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Mike?
All right, Lisa, the Toyota halftime show coming up. We'll go back to the studio where the guys will analyze the first half, plus Jason Terry of the Mavericks. They want to win from the NBA Finals. They'll have a visit with him. Shaquille O'Neal, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Heat by 11.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Show.
Shaquille O'Neal, the Diesel, has pulled into the station with 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots. That's just in the first half of this game, and a big reason why the Heat are up at halftime. John Saunders, Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Stephen A. Smith. We knew Dwayne Wade was not feeling well. We knew Shaq would have to play better. Oh, my.
I mean, this guy's played the best half of basketball he's played in the postseason, and they had to have it. Dwayne Wade really hasn't given it to him offensively. Shaquille O'Neal dominated the first half. He controlled the action. I love the patience he played under. He did not pick up any silly offensive fouls that took him out of the game, able to give them 19 minutes, really controlled things. I like some of the quick moves he made, too. In addition to the drop steps, he shot some quick jump hooks. He made the right pass when he got double-teamed. Almost a perfect half of basketball for Shaquille O'Neal, and the Miami Heat really needed that from him.
Well, he played exceptional basketball, but it's funny, sometimes as a superstar you look for your role players to give you confidence. You want to see it in their eyes that they understand the moment, and that's what I felt happened in that first half. And it started from the get-go with Jason Williams. He comes out, he goes 4 for 4 over the first part of that first quarter. And then you had Udonis Haslem knocking down jump shots. You had Antoine Walker hitting the three. Gary Payton, James Posey comes in, gets 7 rebounds. Everybody's playing with that sense of urgency that was talked about prior to the game starting, with the exception of the Detroit Pistons, because they think that this is a game 1. Miami's playing like a game 7.
Stephen A., that's exactly what I was thinking. This is a team that over the last few years has shown a great sense of urgency. Where is that from the Pistons tonight?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm sitting here with y'all. I don't understand it. I can't explain it. They look absolutely abysmal as far as I'm concerned. In terms of their sense of urgency, you don't see any sense of urgency about this team. And what you really should be alarmed about is almost arrogant. It really is. I mean, because, again, you've got to have a healthy set of arrogance about you, but at the same time, it can become unhealthy when it's too prevalent. And that's what I see in the Detroit Pistons right now. We've got it. It's only a first half. There's really nothing to worry about. It makes absolutely no sense because, again, as I told y'all, the diesel has arrived.
Well, yeah, you also said the Pistons
It's 7,
win.
by the way, not 6. It's 7.
But I think the other thing, we talked about that confidence. I actually think for the first time, Detroit is lacking confidence. I think the way that the Miami guys, besides Shaq and Dwayne Wade, started this basketball game sapped some of their energy and their confidence. They just don't seem to have any swagger about them right now.
I am shocked that their offensive problems have lasted this long, really. It's all through the Cleveland series and this series, and this is their 2 teams they've played. They're not great defensive teams. They've had good looks. Cannot believe that nobody on this team can knock down a shot. 11 field goals and a half. Unbelievable.
Want to remind everybody to stay with us throughout the rest of the game, obviously, and then SportsCenter follows the game. Fast break after that. Stephen A. Smith, quite frankly, comes on also later tonight. He'll have more on this game as well. When we come back, we will head out west. Right now, the Dallas Mavericks are poised to take it their way to the NBA Finals. They need just one more win against the Suns. We'll talk to Jason Terry.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Show.
A note to the Detroit Pistons, the Heat have won 22 straight playoff games when leading at the half, as they do now. Time now for Toyota moving forward. Joining us now is Jason Terry, point guard of the Dallas Mavericks. First of all, congratulations on going up 3-2. First question, an obvious one. We all know how great Dirk Nowitzki is. Did you ever believe he could take over a game like he did the last night?
Well, since I've been here for 2 years now, I've seen him do it time and time again. And last night was just another sheer great performance by Dirk. You know, our backs were against the wall. We were down 7, and he just turned it on.
You know, everybody talks about the Phoenix Suns and says you've got to run with them, you got to outscore them to try and come up with a victory, to play their style of game. You are the one team probably in the league that seems to be capable of doing that. And will you try that again in Game 6?
Well, our plan is to play our pace. You know, if we can go out defensively and offensively and be aggressive and play at our tempo. You know, we don't play at Phoenix's tempo. We don't play at San Antonio's tempo. You know, we play our pace, and that's somewhere in the middle.
The importance of winning game number 6. You obviously have the safety net in game number 7 at home, but just how important has it been made to you guys in the locker room that you get this thing done and not go back to Dallas?
Well, our mindset and our approach is to come out very aggressive. You know, do the things that have made us successful in this series, which is get back in transition defense and not allow easy baskets. You know, everything's riding on this game for us, and that's how we're approaching it.
Jason, you've played terrific for the team. Do you see an irony in the fact that you're on the verge right now of eliminating Steve Nash, who you replaced in Dallas and who's a 2-time MVP?
No, I never even think about it. You know, it's not even an individual matchup or anything of that nature. It's more about, you know, the Mavericks and what we've been able to accomplish this season. And, you know, tomorrow's another step, you know, towards destiny. And we definitely are ready. You know, we've prepared here, you know, we're for the last day and a half, and we just want to get after it.
One more thing before we let you go. Tim Thomas and Dirk Nowitzki got into it a little bit last night, and Tim Thomas blew some kisses towards Dirk. Dirk, appreciate that?
I can't even comment on the situation. I'm sure that score gets settled tomorrow night. But you know, Tim Thomas is playing great for his team, and Dirk was having a great night also. So it's all in the competitive nature. But we'll see tomorrow night.
Yeah, blowing kisses might be the key to victory. Congratulations. Good luck in Game 6.
Thank you.
That's Toyota moving forward. Shaquille O'Neal, is he 24 minutes away from reaching the finals with his third team? We'll find out. Coming back.
Now it's time for the McDonald's I'm Loving It highlights. Was today's McDonald's I'm Loving It highlights.
Halftime from Miami. It's Game 6. The Heat with a chance to move on. The Pistons trying to hold off elimination. Right now it's the Heat with an 11-point lead. Hi, everyone. With UB Brown, Mike Breen on hand. UB, our city storyline started off with Dwayne Wade feeling sick.
Right.
But the rest of the players looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, well, Dwayne is really struggling, 1 for 6, but he still has 5 assists. He can see it early. The ball is bouncing out on him. He's 1 for 6 from the floor, but he does have 5 assists and then the 3 turnovers. You can see the young man's exhausted. He played 20 minutes. But the guy who has picked it up is the Shaq man, and he is off running like a runaway train. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 block shots. He's covering in the paint. So you know that he's having a great game. But look to the right. The rest of the team with the 24 points, 9 for 18 shooting. Jason Williams, 5 for 5 for 10. But then Posey came in with 7 rebounds and Haslam with 6. So, Mike, it's a total team effort here in his first half.
Meanwhile, as we start the third quarter, Dwayne Wade has not come out of the Miami locker room. Shandon Anderson is starting the third quarter. You could see he wasn't himself just by the look of him, let alone the play. We'll get a report as soon as possible. Rasheed Wallace backs up and hits the side of the backboard, but gets his own rebound.
He had plenty of time.
Prince wide open. And that's a three-pointer. Ed Riley very upset with that sequence.
Well, they came out in a zone, in a 2-3 zone. They trapped at half court, and then once when the cutter went through, then they became a little discombobulated.
And they got a good open look as O'Neal just powering to the basket. He's got 21.
Well, Jason Williams is having a field day off the dribble. He's getting by his man, and he's getting either to the rim or making things happen.
Phillips. Tough shot. O'Neal the rebound. Phillips slow to get up.
Somebody's open.
Haslam alley-oop. But O'Neal couldn't get it that time.
Well, you run it back here.
Again, we've talked about this a lot, the Miami Heat's defense never got the recognition during the season, and rightfully so. They weren't what you would call a strong defensive team. They're playing some terrific defense in this series.
Well, they've done a great job in this series, right? And you have to give them credit for the low shooting percentage of the Pistons. And we know right now tonight, how about this at halftime? Billups, Rasheed Wallace, and Hamilton, and Prince are 9 for 27. Their 4 best guys are only shooting 33%, so where are you going?
Almost impossible to win that way as Wallace hits another free throw, but more importantly for Miami, Shaquille O'Neal has just picked up his 3rd foul, and with Wade back in the locker room, Wallace, meanwhile, 3 for 3 from the line as we go to Jim Gray.
Mike, I spoke to Flip Saunders at the halftime. He said it was probably our worst half, certainly of the playoffs, maybe of the entire season. He said shooting has been our Achilles heel. He said we're just not making any shots. I don't have any explanation. We're putting way too much pressure on ourselves offensively. He says, I don't know what the heck we can do. I told him we're lucky to only be down by 11 points. He said, I don't know what to say or what I can do at this point. We've got to make some shots. Mike?
Meanwhile, Shaquille O'Neal worked very hard to make this shot.
The big fella's working. Now, we said, he's got 19 points and 9 boards. That is his 3rd offensive rebound, giving him 10 rebounds for the game. So he has been a bear on the offensive glass.
Again, putting up the big scoring numbers in the early going. The shooting percentage, we talk so much about Wade and his shooting percentage in the series. O'Neal has been superb.
Well, we take him for granted. The last couple of years, he's back leading the league in field goal percentage at 6 60% or better.
9th time he's done that, which ties Wilt Chamberlain for the all-time record. Prince has been quiet, kicks it out. Hamilton, as the shot clock expires, did not get it off in time. 24-second violation.
See, that's been the game tonight, Mike. The ball is staying too much dribbling on the other side. So when you verse it to this side of the floor, Hamilton gets it, but the shot clock is in within 3. So he has no place to go.
That was pretty close, though. Williams, he continues his hot shooting. He's 6 for 6. And the Pistons will call timeout as the Heat have equaled their largest lead of the game. Jason Williams having his best game of the series.
Well, he's on fire. He's getting out, doing a good job. He's got the feel, and everything is in the mid-range game or off the dribble for the easy layups.
12 big points for their starting point guard, and the Heat with a 13-point advantage.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Brought to you by Chevrolet, America's brand. Chevy, an American revolution. And Tomb Raider Legend, in stores now.
South Beach in Miami. Meanwhile, our Coors Light freeze cam about the big fella, Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, he's off and running with monster numbers here. Now, here's the screen right there, and as the defender goes over the top, Jason Williams will take it into the paint, which you always do. Now, watch Shaq go to the top of the screen and look for the pass. Now, right there, that's one of his 23 points. And during this period, he also has 11 rebounds and 3 blocks.
Meanwhile, this is a live shot of Dwayne Wade as he's coming back to the floor. He did not come out at halftime, did not start the third quarter. In that first half, Wade played 20 minutes suffering from the flu. If you're just tuning in, he was in the hospital last night with an IV. He was throwing up and had a pretty good, or a pretty bad case, we should say, of the flu. And you could see how it affected him in the first half, looking for something to drink there.
Well, Mike, it was interesting because he played 20 minutes. And he just stayed within the flow of the game. Sure, he struggled 1 for 6 and with the 3 turnovers, but he made his presence with the 5 assists and making them double team him and cutting off lanes to open up the game for the rest of the teammates.
Meanwhile, a defensive 3 seconds called against Miami, so that was a technical foul, and Wade is going to return as we send it over to Lisa.
Well, Mike, as you just saw, Dwayne Wade just came out of the locker room from halftime. We're told that he just needed to have his fluids replenished, had a little bit of IV treatment, drank a lot of Gatorade, back out on the floor to see what he can do. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Shot clock down to 7. Rasheed Wallace in and out, and O'Neal with his 12th rebound. With Wade subpar, Shaquille O'Neal is having a brilliant game. Williams got a little too fancy.
Yeah, they didn't need that. 3 on 2. You got to get a layup here.
Oh, nice adjustment, but he can't finish.
Well, that's because he elevated too early. One more dribble and he had a dunk or a layup.
And Walker says, let's set it up. Haslam open. O'Neal keeping it alive, but Prince takes it away. Pistons try to push.
Yeah, they have a 4 on 3.
Hamilton inside. Tried to bank it in. Hamilton again felt he was fouled, and he's slow getting up.
Well, look out. Look out here.
Wade perhaps getting away with an extra step. Here comes Billups. Hamilton blocked, but a goaltend. And the two collide. They'll help each other out.
You know, we just keep saying this, and it sounds so corny. They're only down 10, all right? And we still have, 8:26 to go in this quarter. So there's plenty of time for them. The main thing is that they just got to get some good looks at the hoop and then force the action on the break because Miami is allowing you to hang around.
O'Neal fouled. Smart foul from Rasheed Wallace. I don't think it sounds corny to the Pistons. They like the way that sounds.
Now keep an eye here. Now this is a kick out. They have an advantage. And look at Wade. He's not giving up. Now you say to yourself, well, that's what he's supposed to do. That's right. Because he's one of these players that is an exceptional player, and he gives it all the entire time he's out there. We are now making him bigger than life because of what he's doing. Before we got ill here, scoring over 30 points with the high shooting percentage, but his defense, he does a great job defensively and rebounding for this team.
Pat Riley has always told him as O'Neal knocks down a pair of free throws, he's told Wade, you can be a shutdown defender. You've got that ability. We've seen it at times. Lead back up to 12 for the Heat. Phillips for three. Prince. Hamilton will try a three-point. Boy, Hamilton's shot is just so off right now. Gets inside. Nice move.
It's all right. A good scorer like Rip. He never stops moving. Yeah, he's struggling a little bit with the shot. But the main thing is he ran that ball down after they had two other open shots.
Hamilton, 16 points, but just 4 of 13, actually 5 of 14 from the field. O'Neal, Haslam, tied up. Trying to lob it in, really put it in. Bad pass. 5 turnovers for Detroit.
So many times tonight, the Pistons have had opportunities with guys in the painted area, and the pass has been too hard or too high to catch.
O'Neal has come out strong right from the start. And good defense from Wallace. Tried to pull the chair out from under him first. O'Neal not happy.
No, that was a good defensive job. And in fact, the fact that Shaq spun quickly as soon as he made the catch, he was going to that baseline.
So Tony Delk come in. Delk, one of the reserves for Detroit that doesn't get a lot of minutes or hasn't in the postseason. Hamilton's going to get a rest, but Delk can shoot the three. He's also a good, solid defender. Perhaps give it a little spark right now.
Well, he's going to come in shooting. Anytime that he's up, he's going to get it up there. He's a proven shooter, especially he did play in playoff games, and at any time, score the ball.
Prince telling Rasheed Wallace to post up. Good entry pass. Well, Wallace can't hit. He's now 2 for 9 from the field. Haslam, good open look. Back to 12.
Jason Williams continues to push the basketball. By pushing the basketball, they're getting wide open 17 to 20-foot jump shots on the baseline in that corner or the mid-range game.
Phillips gets inside. There's Delk. That's why he's in there. Knocks it down to 2.
Oh, he's not going to hesitate. He's a scorer. He's got that mentality. He's done it throughout his career.
Delk, who signed with the team only back in March.
All the Pistons need is a little spurt here, but they've got to get some stops. You need some stops.
Haslam, Walker for 3. And Prince the board. Haslam trying to knock it away. Prince holds him off nicely. Phillips, wide open 3. Won't go down.
And when you push the ball, the Heat are not what you would refer to as a great transition defensive team. Keep pushing, and good things are going to happen. You're going to get open shots like that.
Wade. It's only his second field goal, but it gives the Heat a 12-point lead.
Yeah, but you can see he's very, very tired.
Again, the beauty of UB is he's not forcing anything. Phillips gets inside and misses the layup.
He thought Shaq was going to come for the block, and I think maybe he lost his concentration by peeking over to see if Shaq was going for the block.
Phillips just 2 for 11 from the field. Wade on the drive. Jason Williams stays perfect. 7 for 7 from the field, and the largest lead of the game for the Heat. Timeout, Detroit. A standing ovation here in Miami.
The toughest part of this, Mike, by the Pistons is they had open shots, and at the other end of the floor, bang, Wade knocks one down. Then they come down, they get another open shot. What happens? They kick it down. Jason Williams makes that medium jump shot.
Miami Heat trying to make franchise history tonight. Right now, they're up by 14. Even with a sick and subpar Dwayne Wade, the Heat leading by 14 as we have tonight's Chevrolet game track. Wade has struggled, but it hasn't affected the team.
No, look, he's not scoring the basketball, but he's making other things happen because when he has the ball, they must cut off the lanes using 2 defenders. Now look at this stat. The Pistons are 30%, 15 for 50. Now in this half, they are getting wide open looks at the basket, and they cannot make the perimeter Jays, and then in the paint, they're getting great looks, and then this guy is a monster. The 25 points, the 15 boards, the 3 block shots, and the fact that he's 11 for 13 from the field, he's maximizing every time that he catches the basketball.
Turning back the clock tonight, but he's had some help. Jason Williams having his best game by far of the series, and the lead is 14. Now, Yubi, as a coach, the Pistons, as you said, they're getting open looks. Is there anything you can do as a coach?
No. One thing is you must be positive the entire time that you're in your huddle. You're saying, look, we're getting great looks at the basket. We have a quarter and 4.5 minutes to go, 16 minutes. Everything is, we'll get it down to 8. All we wanted to do is to get down to 8 with about 6 minutes to go, give ourselves a chance to win here. The big thing is don't get discouraged. You can only get discouraged if you're not getting good shots. They're getting good shots.
Well, this is a team that has never been discouraged over the past several years, always fighting back. Ball knocked away by Delk. Shot clock down to 8. O'Neal. Walker on the drive. Alley-oop. The whistle away from the play. It's going to go against Tony Delk. For the Pistons, that's their 3rd team foul.
Now, Mike, 3 times they've had it down to 10, once under 10. And then what happens is, boom, a couple things. Now, you can see that was easy. That happened right in front of the referee, Steve Jabby, on the baseline. That was easy to call.
Wade sets up a play. Delk guarding him. Walker not settling for the 3.
Nice pass.
And a 3-second violation called.
Walker in this series has made some great passes. He's getting into the paint, and then he's understanding not to force the shot. He has created for other people, especially in the mid-range baseline shot.
Prince.
You got to get the movement. They got to get back into the movement that they had in games 2 and in games 5.
Prince blocked by Haslam. Ben Wallace right there, but he can't put it in. Rebound Ben Wallace again.
Well, that's got to be automatic. Nice pass.
Tony Delk, ball fake, knocked away by Walker, and it's still Piston ball. 17 on the shot clock. Piston bench yelling they wanted a foul. Delk, way off. Phillips. And a foul on O'Neal. That's number 4.
That's good basketball. Split the trap every time you see Shaq. Do not allow Shaq to come out and discourage you from either turning the corner or splitting the trap. See right here, Shaq's going to step out. We'll split him. Force Shaq to bump into you or to close the lane.
Smart play from Phillips, so O'Neal will sit down. The good thing for the Miami Heat, they probably have the best backup center in the league coming in now.
Well, definitely from a defensive standpoint.
Delk, and he's fouled on the pass. Heat not in the penalty. Mourning picks up the personal. His first.
Now, right now, look at the big 3. These are the 3 guys that have to do it for you. 3 for 12, 5 for 14, 2 for 8. Struggling all the way. But I like the energy that Delk has brought to this unit. He's come in, he's looking for his shot, he's attacking the basket, and he's getting fouls on people.
Delk again on the drive.
Nice pass.
Prince with 2 on the shot clock. And Haslam the rebound.
Remember I told you, Mike, when you're getting open shots like that, that's all you can expect. You got to knock them down.
Williams knocks down a 3. 8 for 8 from the field, and it's up to 15. Jason Williams lighting it up. He had been really struggling from the field in this series, especially from three-point range.
That's right. But see, when you're in a field, you got the feel all the way. You know that he's going to shoot it in the open floor.
after the play, and it was a foul on Mourning, his second.
Right now, they're in a 2-3 zone, buying time. This way, Wade doesn't have to run all over Chase and Rip Hamilton.
Phillips to McDyess. And there's a foul. McDyess will go to the line. And McDyess holding that left wrist that just taped. Let's go to Jim Gray.
Mike, part of the problem, and it happened in the first half, as Hubie pointed out, he picked up the dribble, turnover, taking the ball down court, and then he tried to catch a pass with his right hand only. He told me before the game that he may have a torn ligament in his left hand. Been looked at by the team doctors. He's having a whole lot of problems with that. It also is affecting his shot because he can't get his hand on the ball properly. So one of their guys who's been an offensive force, particularly in the last game, who really came through along with Tayshaun Prince, pretty inactive and immobile, but they've got to have him out there on the court just to try and contribute, even though he's limited.
All right, Jim. There's no way he's not going to play. And Tony McDyess is one of the few big guys on this team in terms of main guys. As Delk puts up a three, won't go. He's one of those without a ring. He takes losses as hard as any player you'll find.
That's right. Now you can see right here, he's kept 2 offensive rebounds alive down there in traffic. Now you know he's hurting because he's holding his hand.
Delk. And Mourning the rebound. The Detroit Pistons are shooting 28% from the field.
Now they just had 3 open looks, all within 15 to 18 feet.
Wade puts it in. 17-point lead. And again, the Heat defense has been superb. Rasheed Wallace. Wild shot. Not even close. Haslam. McDyess mistimed his jump. Wade knocks it down. The lead is ballooned to 19.
What a surge. What a surge.
And this crowd on its feet. Delk. Nice move, but again won't go down, but he was fouled.
Well, he's been tireless, Mike. He's been tireless trying to get to the rim, trying to help the team. Now, this is Dwayne Wade at his best. See, he just gave you that little juke move, and Delk was forced to step back because he didn't want to drive on him. And in this one, I think he just surprised the defense by turning quickly and making the shot.
Wade now 10 points, 6 assists to lead the team, 4 rebounds. He doesn't want to come out. Pat Riley was going to put Gary Payton in for him. Wade said no, waved them off as Delk misses a free throw. And then he grabbed Payton's jersey. Payton says, all right, I'll go back sit down. The Pistons have missed their last 7 shots from the field. And here in this third quarter, they're 5 for 22. 18-point lead, final minute of the third quarter. What was a close game at halftime. The Heat starting to blow wide open.
Yeah, they're trying to go with Antoine Walker in the post. Hamilton is playing Antoine Walker, and he's trying to front him. There's a big mismatch down in here. And right away, as soon as Riley saw it, they were posting him up.
Hamilton's foul came before Wade threw up that three-pointer. First foul in the last 2 minutes, so the next one the Heat will shoot.
Right now, they're in a zone. It's like a 2-3 zone right now, the Pistons.
Wade fires away, knocks it down.
Were you going to sub for me? Were you actually really going to take me out of the game?
20-point lead, Hamilton fouled, count it, and he'll go to the line. Well, that cuts it to 18 with 23.8 remaining in the third. 4 fouls on Jason Williams. And now Payton's going to come in for Wade. Or is it Williams? No, Wade doesn't want to come out. So Williams will sit. Williams getting a big ovation. Phillips takes a seat for the Pistons. Williams 8 for 8 from the field. Also 4 assists. What a terrific game he has had. Meanwhile, tomorrow on TNT, Western Conference Finals, Game 6 from Phoenix. Dallas trying to advance to their first ever NBA Finals. Coverage starts at 8 Eastern on TNT. And then Sunday on ABC, a Game 7 of this series if necessary. Miami Heat trying to put this one away. And, of course, next Thursday, the NBA Finals. Game 1 coverage starts at 8:30 Eastern.
Now, Pat Riley just brought in Posey. So right away, the Pistons have gone small so that they can match up there.
Final shot of the third quarter as the shot clock is turned off. Wade tied up, fires away. It's good!
That's the way to end the quarter.
Dwayne Wade with a second to go. And that will end the third quarter. Miami up by 19. And now just 12 minutes away from their first ever NBA Finals appearance. Wade with 10 points in the third quarter. The last 8 points battling the flu. He's had a lot of help tonight. Well, it helps the Heat up by 19. Last week, we asked Dwayne Wade what was his number one memory from last year's Eastern Conference Final loss to the Detroit Pistons.
Looking up at the clock with 1:27 left in Game 7 and having a lead, and then the lead just evaporate in a amount of a minute and 27 seconds. So that was painful memory, of course, but just knowing how close we was to getting to the finals.
And he told us that one of the keys for him was looking on the faces of his teammates in the locker room, how devastated they all were. He didn't want to see those faces again this year, as he wanted to come back and beat the team that eliminated them last year. And even with the flu, he is playing a superb game.
Right, he's playing well. Shaq is on top of his game, and the supporting cast stepping up big. Now remember, we tell you, Game 3, they shot 58% and won here. Game 4, they shot 55%. Right now, Miami shooting 58% in this game.
And the Detroit Pistons, 29%. All right, there's a whole quarter left to play. It's going to have to be some finish. But what do the Pistons need to do?
Yeah, well, the key is you got to defend. I mean, right now, you're not shooting the ball well at all. You're struggling from the field, so naturally you're saying, well, you got to put the pressure on them at the other end. Well, unfortunately for them, Miami is on a hot streak right now. They're wearing the basket out. So you've got to either get them to miss, you got to get some turnovers. But they haven't been forcing any turnovers throughout the entire game.
Heat with just 11. As Wade drives, Walker spots up for three. Everything going in for the Miami Heat.
We always tell you the key to this Miami team are players 3 through 8. They only use an 8-man rotation. And in this series, when 3 through 8 have produced, it has made all of the wins easy. The only 2 wins for the Pistons is when 3 through 8 struggle.
Hamilton gets one to go. And Hamilton with 21. Well, the Pistons certainly can't trade baskets.
No, you can't do that. And, you know, the point is that in the 2 wins, the Pistons scored 92 and 91 points. They forced a ton of turnovers. They had 10 steals, and they were really in there blocking shots.
Haslam puts it in. Double figures for Haslam.
Everything's going well. When you got a lead this big, there isn't any pressure. There's good ball movement. Everyone's making the extra pass.
And a foul on the pass. Miami playing with such confidence right now. Foul goes against Haslam, number 2.
Well, they played so well in this building. Now, remember, we say in Game 3, the Pistons scored 83 points. In Game 4, they only scored 78. So, you know, give the Miami defense credit in this building. And then at the other end, when you shoot over 55% in all 3 games that you're playing, that's a pretty tough thing to overcome.
Pat Riley talked about getting home court dominance during the regular season. They were 31 and 10. They were 7 and 1 in the playoffs. Hamilton. And that's a 3-pointer for Hamilton. That cuts it to 17.
still have plenty of time. The NBA, anything can happen. Unfortunately tonight, every time the Pistons get it to 10 or 9, what happens? They get a nice flurry of open shots. They miss them, and immediately the Heat turn it into a negative at the other end.
And Wallace just grabs O'Neal. 3 fouls on Wallace. They're going to take it out of bounds before the shot.
Well, they're not going to let him dunk the ball. They just foul him, and even if they do get into penalty, make him make the foul shots. Now, tonight, Shaq's done a nice job. He's 3 for 5. Just wrap him up and make sure that he does not dunk the ball.
And, of course, before the shot, Wade. Payton. 4 on the shot clock. Puts it in.
Well, Payton loves that left side of the floor. 16 years that he just loves to get down on that baseline. Look out, 4 on 1.
Walker, back for Wade, he's fouled. Nope, they wave it off. A foul on the pass. This place ready to explode.
Everyone is up. And I mean, as soon as you saw the 4 guys get the half court, everyone was standing.
Hamilton fouling Walker right there. That's the right call.
Yeah, that was the right call and a smart play by Rip Hamilton. Forced him to take it out.
O'Neal. Right back down low.
That's what you should do. Go right back down in.
Payton. And McDyess the rebound.
The one thing you can count on Shaq, he'll kick the ball back out. If they run and double team him like they did on both of those passes, he'll kick the ball out to the free man.
McDyess give and go Hamilton. Nice play. And a rare, easy bucket for the Pistons. Pat Riley wants a timeout. Doesn't want to give the Detroit Pistons any kind of momentum. Payton trying to call a time. The officials weren't looking at him. And he finally gets a smart timeout from Pat Riley.
Absolutely. You got to get these guys, get their heads back in it. Look, they just got it down here now to 17. Let's pay attention. Run some time in our half-court offense.
Well, whenever we can make a Michael Jordan comparison, why not? Of course, he had the flu back in '97, Game 5 of the NBA Finals. It was tied at 2-game apiece. He didn't get out of bed until 3. Tip-off was at 6 in Salt Lake City. Trainers said that no way you could play. He was struggling all night until he was shooting the ball. 15 points in the fourth quarter, 38 points for the game. He played 44 minutes as the Bulls won by just 2 and took a 3-2 lead in the series. He wound up scoring 39 in Game 6. Meanwhile, Wade, bad case of the flu, was in the hospital this morning, getting IV fluids, throwing up. They weren't sure about how he was going to be able to be effective. A slow start, but has really poured it on here in the second half, the third quarter, and big shots now. And not just shooting, getting his teammates involved as well.
Absolutely, Mike. See, that's the key. Not only does he have the 14 points, but he has 8 assists and 4 rebounds, and he's given them 33 minutes.
O'Neal fouled.
By the way, that 38 on the left kind of looks big, doesn't it?
Right. Well, we always like to compare the two as we go over to Jim Gray.
Well, Mike, when Michael Jordan was going around on his farewell tour and everybody was saying goodbye to him and all of the appreciation, Pat Riley did something really, really special here. He retired the number 23, the Chicago Bulls 23, and said that no player in Miami Heat history will ever wear this number again. He wanted to be in front of everybody else, and it was a great gesture and the ultimate tribute. Mike?
Of course, Wade, such a big Michael Jordan fan, grew up in Chicago. 17-point lead for the Heat. They blew this game open in the third quarter. Hamilton hits a 3. Well, the Pistons trying to just chip away.
Plenty of time, Mike. I tell you, the key minute thing is 6 minutes. You get it down within 7, 8 points. You get it down. You got a good shot. You got a good shot to make a run.
Hamilton now starting to hit his shots. He's got 29. Wade spinning inside, flips it up, won't go. Here comes Billups. And the Pistons have always been such a resilient team. There's never any panic. Hamilton will try another 3, and he knew it right away. McDyess keeps it alive, but Walker comes away, and a foul on Hamilton.
Yeah, that was too bad. If you're a Piston fan right now, you thought that Prince had a good chance to get that offensive rebound, and then the ball was knocked away. Give Miami a lot of credit now. Not only are they going after the ball, but as soon as they gain possession, they are running hard.
14th foul. And here's Jason Williams, all he's done tonight as he comes back in the game. He's 8 for 8 from the field. Wade sits down. If the Heat go in tonight, he'll have plenty of time to recover from the flu and get ready for the NBA Finals, which are not until next Thursday. Foul down low, and now they're in the penalty. So O'Neal will shoot two, and you have to think that Flip Saunders is going to go to the Hack-a-Shack. He's done it before.
But that is about, time management. That's what that's all about.
O'Neal from the free throw line, 3 for 7. Meanwhile, the Finals Real Time, presented by Sprite, puts you so close to the Finals you can taste it. Sign up now at NBA.com/realtime to get text and photo updates from on and off the court sent to your phone during the Finals. O'Neal 1 for 2, and he's got 26 points. It's a 15-point game with 7.5 to play. Miami Heat trying to advance to their first ever NBA Finals. The Pistons trying to go to their third straight and try and force a Game 7 on Sunday.
They're scrapping, I tell you. Miami's done a very nice job here on this possession.
McDyess. No angle there as O'Neal's big presence changes that shot. Payton for 3.
Look for the trail.
Hamilton gets inside, goes at O'Neal, tries to draw some contact. And Miami Heat will take their time.
Yeah, the main thing, Pat Riley's talking to them right now. Slow the ball down. He just made a call. Go to the big fella and then play off of him with the cutters.
Posey for 3. And Karam's out of bounds. Pistons certainly have time for one more run. Crowd chanting defense, and they should, the way the Heat have played defense. And Hamilton hits another. 31 for Hamilton, and now it's 13-point deficit.
Well, see, Mike, in the last 3 minutes, he's really come to life because he continues motion. He's running hard on the baseline. They're giving him screens. He's curling into the middle of the floor, and it's opening up.
He's got 12 points in 5.5 minutes here in this period, and a turnover.
Well, you get one right now. You put a little pressure here. It forced Pat Riley to think of a timeout.
Hamilton blocked by O'Neal.
Great play.
His 4th rejection of the game.
Great play by Shaq.
What a performance from Shaquille O'Neal tonight.
They make that one, it would have been 11.
We're past the midway point of the 4th. Lobbed in. O'Neal.
Look out. It's only fitting. He gets the block at the other end. Reward him when he gets down and he posts himself up.
28 points for Shaquille O'Neal. Prince throws it behind Billups. Billups tried to force it. Here comes Jason Williams. And the lead balloons back to 17.
They're not going to let it happen.
The Pistons need timeout. Flip Saunders wanted it, but Prince drives in, and a blocking foul. Ball on Shaquille O'Neal. That will be number 5. And we'll have a timeout. The crowd starting to sense it. The Miami Heat playing with confidence. O'Neal at both ends of the floor has been brilliant tonight.
He just did a great job. He measured that one all the way. And down here, feed the big guy. He knows right now you don't have Ben Wallace in the game. I'm taking it strong. Now get it out on that turnover and look for the layups.
ESPN, Mike.
John, 5:05 remaining in the 4th quarter in another elimination game for the Detroit Pistons. They are now in a 17-point hole. They've been one of the most resilient teams this league has seen in a long time. They've always bounced back In so many of these instances, they've been down in series to come back and win. They've been a great team in the last several years, not only in the Eastern Conference, but winning the title in 04. Last year, Game 7, losing to the Spurs. And with 5:05 remaining, UB, there's certainly still time for one more run. And this is a team that has been able to do it in the past. But right now, this mountain is so hard to climb because of the way the Heat are playing.
Yeah, the Heat are just playing smart basketball. They just went to their small lineup. They got Shaq out. So now you're not going to be allowed to foul Shaq, stop the clock, and do clock management, and then rely on Shaq to go 0 for 2 or 1 for 2.
Prince hits a pair, and they'll have the full court pressure.
Right now they have their small unit in there meeting Miami. They'll run the clock, get a little motion, run their time.
Walker looking for Wade. Wade spinning inside, comes up short. Pistons look to push. Hamilton back to Prince. Tony Delk gets inside. Nice reverse. Banks it in.
Tony's attacked the basket all night. Every time that he has had an opportunity, he's going strong to the basket.
Once again, back to 13. This is the closest they've been here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you have to be careful here.
Jason Williams again. Williams 10 for 10 from the field.
What a game. Not only is he 10 for 10, he also has the 5 assists, and he's making a lot of things happen here.
A perfect shooting night for Jason Williams, who's trying to play in his first ever NBA Finals. Shot clock at 7. Hamilton can't connect, and Posey the rebound. 15-point lead with just under 4 to play.
Now Posey's had a terrific defensive game here tonight. He has 9 rebounds.
And the crowd starting to sense it. Up on their feet, Jason Williams finally misses.
Oh, 3-on-2 here.
Delk gets inside, wild shot. And Posey double figures in rebounds. Dribbles out of the pack. And the Miami Heat starting to feel what will be their first ever trip to the NBA Finals. Posey for 3. Bang! Timeout Detroit. The NBA Finals just over 3 minutes away for the Miami Heat.
Posey has just had a great playoff series versus the Pistons in shooting threes. Just going to take an eye on it. He's now 7 for 13 in threes. Never involved in the initial offense, just spotting up.
ESPN's presentation of the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Brought to you by Volkswagen Jetta. Lose your ignorance at thejettareport.com. And the men of the square table and Miller Lite. Good call.
They are starting to celebrate at the American Airlines Arena for a Miami Heat team with a collection of players at a lot of different points in their careers, including, of course, and starting with Shaquille O'Neal, the larger-than-life character with 3 championship rings, looking for more. Dwayne Wade, the blossoming star, the first of the celebrated stars in that 2003 draft. Udonis Haslem, of course, the hometown hero. Gary Payton, the former perennial All-Star, who's come up empty in 2 finals, now as a role player trying to get back again. Antoine Walker, another former All-Star, looking to show everyone that he can be part of a winner. Of course, Alonzo Mourning, the former franchise player, now a survivor who's savoring every moment of a career that he thought was over. And, of course, Pat Riley, the coach of Showtime, back on the sidelines for another ride. And the Miami Heat, again, just 3 minutes and 9 seconds away from their first ever trip to the NBA Finals. And they've come together at the right time.
Well, Mike, by stealing game one, they forced the Pistons to win a game in this building. Well, they lost one by 15, one by 11, and if it stays the way it is right now, they're going to lose their third game by double figures. And they have not scored over 83 points in any of the 3 games. The shooting has been very, very poor, but tonight there's been a ton of open shots.
Wallace knocks down the 3. That makes it back to 15 with 3:02 remaining. Pistons will scrap until the final buzzer, until it's over. Wade kicks it back out to Walker.
Main thing is move the basketball. Do not allow them to foul you. Run the clock. Get it down. And then drive the basketball.
Wade playing with the flu is at a terrific second half. Walker for 3. And that one just may do it. And it's back up to 18. And again, the celebration here in the stands.
That was Dwayne Wade's 10th assist in this game.
And the Heat players, as we told you earlier, Hamilton puts it in. They came so close last year. Had the lead against these Pistons with a minute and a half to go in Game 7 on their home floor. But it was the Pistons who were celebrating here at the American Airlines Arena. And many of the Heat players remember that. Detroit, of course, went on to the finals. And the Heat with the disappointment. Wade kicks it out. Posey another 3. And this is a team that overcame a roller coaster regular season. They had a lot of new players. They had the coaching change with Stan Van Gundy, who deserves some credit as Wade throws it out of bounds. Even Pat Riley said he had some doubts because of the injuries and the inconsistent play. During the regular season, they couldn't beat the elite teams, and now they're playing their best ball.
Well, they had a losing record against teams with a plus 500. Against the division leaders, they're only 2-12, but it all came together in the playoffs.
And Wade getting a standing ovation. He will get a chance on the NBA's biggest stage in his first NBA Finals. This team just meshed together at the right time, led by this new star Wade and the big old championship veteran Shaquille O'Neal, who was just brilliant tonight.
When we look at the entire picture, I think that you must give them a lot of credit for the ineffective shooting of the Pistons. Their defense has been excellent. Their big people, meaning Mourning and Shaq, have played well in the paint. They've blocked a ton of shots. They've held the Pistons to 1 shot attempt in most games. And then the fact that they have shot such a high percentage in this building in the 3 games. Just fantastic.
Phillips trying to get in. Pistons still fighting, but they're going to come up short. It's going to be a very disappointing ending to what many thought was going to be a championship. They were destined for a title all season long. The Pistons were the best team in the NBA, but they unraveled a bit in the playoffs after dominating in the first round and then the first 2 games against Cleveland. Something happened, and the offense started to have its big problems as Anderson knocks down the 3.
Well, when you look at the Pistons on the road, they're only 2-6 throughout the playoffs, and that will not get it done for you in the big games.
The Pistons will have to answer some questions in the offseason. They've been the dominant team in the East in recent years, but they have some company now. And the Miami Heat is the team that will advance out of the East. This building has been building the enthusiasm all night long as Jason Williams misfires. Question now, of course, who will the Heat play? Will it be Phoenix or Dallas? That's still to be determined. Hamilton misses. The trophy presentation will be coming up following our game on SportsCenter. So stay tuned for that. And what a celebration it will be here in Miami. Shot clock is off. They'll dribble it out. For the first time in franchise history, the Miami Heat are going to the NBA Finals. nice sportsmanship and class shown by the Detroit Pistons, congratulating the team that they eliminated last year in the conference finals. And the Heat turn the tables as we go to Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. Shaquille, he's getting a lot of love from the Pistons right now. Shaquille, we didn't think that the Pistons would go out quietly, but 28 points from you tonight. How are you able to be so dominant? Still getting a lot of love here, Mike. Shaquille, how are you able to be so dominant?
I was told by Pat, my father, a couple other guys that I really didn't play hard enough in Game 5. I don't like to have 2 bad games in a row. And a good friend of mine, we all know who he is, he just told me to, just come out, tonight was my night, just come out and dominate, just play hard, and that's what I did.
Who was that good friend?
UB Brown.
All right. Dwayne Wade, sick all day today, IV before the game, during the game. How would you characterize his performance?
He's the best. He played great. He's a great player. He's back there getting the IV. He just told me to hold it down for 4 or 5 minutes till he gets some liquids in him, and he played a great game.
Welcome back to the NBA Finals. What does it mean to you to be going back?
It seems pretty good. I always said I just want to, I wanted my legacy to be about championship. We're just playing well.
All right, thanks, Shaquille, and good luck. Mike, back to you.
Lisa, there's a new champion in the East, led by this emerging new young star. And the old championship veteran, Shaquille O'Neal, with a spectacular performance. 28 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 block shots as the Heat win the Eastern Conference Finals 4-2. Coming up shortly on SportsCenter, live coverage of the presentation of the Eastern Conference Championship Trophy. The Heat will move on. For the Pistons, a disappointing ending, but I'm sure we'll hear from that team again next season. They've got some answers they have to come up with and some decisions to be made as they fall short of their goal this year. So for UB Brown, Lisa Salters, Jim Gray, producer Eddie Fibershoff, director Drew Esikoff, and our entire terrific ESPN crew, this is Mike Green saying so long from Miami. The Heat are in their first NBA Finals, Game 1, Thursday night on ABC.